Right, it was quite the marathon of Outer Wilds well, not today, yesterday. Hopefully it's not a marathon today. I am well rested and ready to get back to it because we have some leads and I was at the end of my tether ramming my head against them yesterday, but now that I'm refreshed I can continue to ram my head against them. Because if there's one thing that I excel at, there's many, but if there was only one thing, it would be beating my head against a wall until said wall crumbles. I got three main things on my mind for this. We're going to take them one by one and keep slamming against them until one of us gives. And hopefully it's the game that gives. Oh, that gasp tells me that I likely suffocated last time? I don't remember how we ended it last time, but it matters not. Let's get to work. Obvious is saying hopefully it's a marathon again. Well, it ate up CK3 time yesterday, and now I've got the CK3 jitters. I need to play some more of it. That game is too good, but this game is also too good. What's a man to do? Okay, so the three things that I really have to go on is Ash Twin Project. There's something going on there. I picked through the entire planet. I stepped on all the warp things and I still didn't find anything. But there must be something there, so I will comb over that thing with an even finer tooth comb. There is also Giant's Deep. We can get deep down, we cannot get further. The clue is that we can use the jellyfish in some way, but we tried the frozen jellyfish, we couldn't interact with it. We tried the other frozen jellyfish, couldn't work with it, and the live jellyfish repel us, so we're going to have to slam ourselves against probably all of those. And then there's the Quantum Moon. Something's going on. There must be a way to get it to the 6th location. There are a few things we can toy with on the moon. I would like to think I've toyed with them all already, but clearly not. Or maybe it's none of these things, but everywhere else I feel like I've picked clean. Except maybe Ember Twin. I just don't want it to be these things, because of all the exploring in the game, the thing I like least is going through the Ember Twin passages, because it's slowly filling up with sand, it's large, it's kind of dull, so let's just bend reality to our will and say that it's nothing to do with Ember Twin. I am not going back to the Sun Station. I've been there 3 times, picked that place clean, and then it explodes, so no to that. It'll, Ottle, Black... Bottle, It'll, Ottle, you. Let's do Giant's Deep. I'm sure every language, and indeed every subset of language, has their own little tune for randomly picking something. I know it's not that random. You can probably think about it. Probably game it if you're that way inclined. But I've always been a fan of It'll, Ottle, Black Bottle, It'll, Ottle, you. Or if there are many of them, It'll, Ottle, Black Bottle, It'll, Ottle, out. Other ones I recall, Ip, Dip, Blue Ship, You Are Not It. And honestly, I can't think of many others. Right, Giant's Deep. Actually, I'm glad to go here first. This is my favorite planet in the game. Forget autopilot, we go right on in. 500, 600 meters per second, it matters not. Right, there's something I want to try here, though. It's to do with these. One of these is going the different way. Round and round, and hey, I think it's you. I want to try firing you into it. And that is how you figure it out. Okay, you don't just blindly ram into them. You fire your scout into it. Okay, so down we go. I have tried ramming face first into Giant's Deep. I will try it again. But no, it knocks out my electric system. We shall repair said electric system, or just immediately be sucked back into our own ship. Don't go anywhere now, ship. I need you operational, probably. Thanks to marvelous fish people engineering, the electrics are on the outside. Don't knock it now. The British put their boilers on the outside of their houses, so maybe this makes a bit of sense too. Okay, now fishies. Are jellyfish fish? Maybe it's like one of those strawberry things. I think my scout missed you clean out. Right. There must be a way to use these jellyfish to get inside the giant's deep. I've tried a few things already. I've tried blindly ramming into the jellyfish. I've tried the jellyfish from the top. I've tried the jellyfish as they enter. I'm going to try that again because it's one of the more promising things. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work. Find me another jellyfish. I could probe a jellyfish with this thing quite a bit. See if there is a way inside its rubbery interior, but the whole thing seems to be covered in electricity. Good heavens, we are slow going around here. Might be better to traverse in my ship and get close to them. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm going to return to the frozen... No, I really don't want to return to the frozen ones. One thing's for sure, I'm not returning to the frozen one in Dark Bramble, right? Went all the way back there, and it is quite a trek, only to find a fat load of nothing going on there. Can I not get to you? Come back, my ship. There we go, something was pulling me down. I want to be fueled up, and... Okay, good, we are still below. Right, you there, fishy. Come get some. Right, the whole thing's covered in that electricity stuff. And he's going away. You know, I need that thing to get in here, but maybe I can just carve a bit of it off. That's a no-go. That's a no-go. Alright, let's treat this like it's Monster Hunter. That seemed a bit more promising. Haha. There we go, its tail end isn't filled with this stuff, and also it's got this bright bit going on. Oh jeez, this is weird. Oh, that is too weird. Okay. James, I could have sworn I tried this before. Oh god, it's closing up on me. Okay, this place better go. Okay. This better get me inside, sunshine. Okay, I'm a little unhappy that that worked because I tried slamming into these things many ways yesterday. But that worked straight away. You didn't get low enough before, Jake. Hit some of the upper tentacles. Is that so? Are we inside the deep giant yet? I don't know. Yeah, I think we are since we got these. Right. Ship log's been updated with what? I don't know. It's a shame I don't have my ship. I can't really see much right now, but... Hey, it looks like that gravity cannon stuff here. Are you a gravity cannon? I'm not sure if no gravity or no air. Well, there must be air, right? We've got these trees going on. Something to fling around here. It's got two sides with one of these to flip between them. This feels oddly familiar. Oh well. Let's play around with the orb. Yes. So one of those. Visualizing current trajectory of probe. Receiving data from probe. Sounds useless. Let's move you along. The jellies were like that one castle in Oh god. How could you even think to reference that? The pyramid in Draken, where you have to approach it from a certain angle, but you don't know what angle. And it's not consistent. And what the hell is that? Get away from me. Okay, good, it's gone. What was that? I don't know, but I know I didn't like it. Kinda spiked out there. And what is that? RAN. What is RAN? Displaying coordinates for the eye of the universe. Retrieving stored coordinates from Ash Twin. Ash Twin. Eye of the universe, Ash Twin. As if I wasn't already certain that my warp core is sitting on Ash Twin somewhere. But it's already locked away. Did I move this all the way over here? Okay, let's try to remember RAN. RAN is the coordinates for the eye. Was this the one that spiked out at me? Yes, yes it does. But it seems relatively harmless. That would frighten me greatly, but... Oh ho! Showing something about the eye there. What's going on? Deep space anomaly matching all known criteria for the eye of the universe. Total number of probes launched over 9 million. Don't know what's up with these Namai people. They're so obsessed with the eye. They really are like the Chaos Marines. Okay. Well, I shouldn't be too snippy. This is exactly what I was looking for. Project me. I have exciting news. Ash Twin Project is almost prepared to receive the probe data from the orbital probe cannon. Rami is asking for finishing touches. Probe tracking module is ready. Cannon structural integrity, they're worried. Determines the location of the eye. The eye can't get over how beautiful the writing is in this. I wonder if we could adapt our writing to be like this. It's too linear. Right, come with me. I don't want to do the thinking here, that's what my ship's log is for. I don't think any more of these are lit up. Perhaps I'll never know. Launch module projection stone. That's an odd one out. Hey, I think I've seen that pattern before in the Dark Forge place. Okay, imagine, Private. The probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. I'm honored and terrified. You won't ask the probe cannon to use so much power that it breaks, will you? Fret not, my nervous friend. We only need to fire the probe once. Didn't it break? Maybe it broke. We won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the probe tracking module is destroyed. That sounds like a hint to something, but it flies over my head. What is this? This is the same room I'm in right now, but all kinds of mucked up. Hang on, isn't this the broken think... I don't know. Can I grab one of these? No. No, I cannot. Okay. Well, that's fruitful. Because there's only two things that I'm after, really, aren't there? I want a warp core, which isn't here, and a password, which might be here. You. I think so. Is that a password? It might be. I'm going to write it down. Not that I've had to write down anything in this game, but I can't trust my computer to remember this. I'll believe it. I'll always keep a notepad with me when I'm streaming. Okay. Is this all that the deep giant has to offer? Oh, can it offer me a way to get out? There we go. Oh, man, this is a lot less painful when it's not after 7.5 hours of playing. Now, I'd be foolish to just accept that this is the only thing down here. Light up the night for me, Scout. Forgive me for hoping you'd be a bit brighter. Well, I can check my ship's log. It'll show in orange if there's something that I've missed. I can't believe it. Forgive me for not looking up the butt of something. Did this win Game of the Year award, says Floopsy Doodle. I don't know. I don't really know anything about this game. Well, I don't really have any meta knowledge about the game. Are we out yet? We are out of the deep giant on my ship. Oh man. That's pretty fast. We're swimming, what, 15 meters a second? How fast can the fastest human swim? And we're doing it covered in this space gear. And we're doing it just by treading water. Amazing. Granted, we are probably assisted by this jetpack thing. Alright, ship. First of all, tell me what we've learned. No Trail of the Twister. That is not one of the better Nancy Drew games. Empirically. Okay, first off we'll match your velocity. Did I fully check this thing out? After going to that last place, it looks a bit more familiar, doesn't it? But now... Okay, it must be important. It shows up here. Those are the markings for the location of the eye of the universe. Okay. How about you, Giant Deep? Oh good, nothing else is in orange. So, Quantum Moon and Ash Twin. We'll see which one turns up first. But you, I'm still a little cute. Whoa, 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 how's it going away from me? I told you to match velocity. Not match velocity. Maybe I didn't even need to climb inside, but... Was this where I was projected to in that projection stone? Yes, yes I was. I knew I'd seen all this. But what mysteries do you hold? Don't go anywhere now, ship. I need you. Right, because now I can grab you. Whoa, slow down there. And this takes me to the one in the Deep Giant. Ah, fascinating. Mallow, my better 50%. Construction yard. Wait, I've definitely heard better 50% before, haven't I? Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it can structurally withstand creates the greatest chance. Yes, da 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 da. Okay, what about the probe tracking module projection stone? Is this the same place I was just it shows that. I think that's the last thing I left in it though. Okay, talk to me. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Probe track module will be the first. Yeah, come on. How many times can you say the same thing over and over? Wait, we've already read this. And yet, I haven't. Okay, this is all busted up. Okay, ship, I don't like the fact that you are a kilometer away from me. I hope you're not hurtling towards this planet, and I hope I'm not either. Oh, I am, haven't I? Get away from it. Get away from... Oh, God, my ship. My ship is hurtling towards me at dangerous speeds, or I'm hurtling towards it. Either way, I'm not thrilled at the current state of affairs. I'm very not thrilled. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hold on, we have a way out of this. We could always ride our way to the top. Deja vu. Feel like I've been in this place before. There was a KSP, yeah, there was a Kerbal Space Program was. All I had to do was land on the moon. It was a pretty good wasp because Max broke his sword there. Come on, the ship's right above us. Cast me up. Bring me back home. I feel like I'm not getting much closer to it. Come on. Let's go, go, go. Bring me to my ship. Up and at them. Now I'm getting a bit closer. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, maybe I'll go and find my friend and chill out in the hammock. If I can. The implications of that sound tell me I will not have the time to do so. Got awfully dark here. Oh, it's okay, it's getting lighter. A lot lighter. Oh dear. Oh, I can't remember what the time limit was, Cassian, but it was completely blind, so it was not the easiest experience. Going back now, I think I could do it quite easily. Right. Assuming that's the deep giant dealt with, we need one moon and or one ashy place. Aha, so the launch module now filled in, but with what? And the mine in Mallow argued it wouldn't matter if the cannon's structural integrity was compromised, since they only needed to fire the probe once. They wouldn't be able to receive the probe's data. It sounds like Private's case is pretty infallible. Okay, this is the big thing, and it's still in question mark. The central chamber inside Ash Twin was physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective wall. Immensely thick protective wall. That would be fine if I knew where and what this immensely thick protective wall was. There you are. Right. Another big hint I have for Ash Twin is that when I was streaming, somebody says, has he been to the tower? Which tells me there's a specific tower different from the others. So shout out to whoever that was. Now, what do I know about Ashy Twin? There's a tower for every planet. The design of the tower corresponds with what the planet is like. I don't think there's one for Bramble, fun place though. No, because there's no warp points on Bramble Planet, is there? There's one for Giant Deep, we've been there. There's one for our tutorial planet, we've been there. We've been to all of them. There's one for the Sun probe, and I refuse to go back there. We've been there plenty of times. There was one for you, but the one for you is twinned up with another one for this planet. I remember trying both of them. Can't remember what happened when I stood on the one for the sand planet. I think I got sucked up by the sandstorm after waiting there for a full rotation. So that was a bust. Ah, speaking of the sandstorm, there it goes. Slowly revealing what is below. The whole design of these two planets is amazing. I am in awe of whoever was the brainchild of this. Wait, I guess it wouldn't be the brainchild, it'd be the brain lord. I'm assuming it's an expensive thing to do, which is why it plays so well into the way that it works here. Right, here's the sunny one. Now the sun one's no use to us. We have done that, and we have done it a gazillion times. I don't know, Jake, the observatory back home kinda has some tower qualities. Pretty sure this game has a lot of towers. Tell you what, if we don't find anything here, we will go and check out the observatory, comrade, because with Giant's Deep done, and not giving me a warp core, I'm down one lead, down to 2. Oh, hey, it's the interloper. Clang. Easy way to find my way around this planet. The archway that covers everything traces this. The sand sucker. Alright, which one's this? Given that there are two poking out, I think this is the twin panel. Might be worth my time just settling down. We're all suited up, booted up, refueled up. Yeah, quite certain you are. There's no fighting against this, is there? What if you fought really hard? I reckon with enough velocity you could get down there, but I'm not sure if the game ever gives you enough velocity. I wonder what the fastest you can go in this game is. Oh, look who it is. It's our friend. Well, you can't suck me up. I wonder if you can suck this thing. I could. Oh, of course, I can't lay down in the sand. The game wouldn't like that. Alright, big spiky. Can pierce through our suit, because our suits are obviously made of rubber balloons. Right, it's concerning that this one has the broken roof thing, because that's the one that sucked me up previously with that thing. God, this is taking forever. Any of the other ones unveiled? Actually, I can't just blast around to my my jump pack. Okay, Sun 1, not bothering with you. We have bothered with you more times than I care to bother. Bye, ship. It's alright, I can go and get my ship back. Well, my ship is my source of fuel, actually. Might not be a good idea to be so blasé about it. This one's got the broken... Oh, thank you, trees! Glad you can project your oxygen to me through all this sand. Reminds me of that old joke about a teacher filling a jar full of marbles and saying, "Is it full, kids?" No. Then he fills it full of tiny stones, and he fills it full of sand, and they go, "Yeah, it's full." Then he cracks open a beer and pours that in too, and goes, "Now it's full." It was a lesson about life. And the core of the lesson was that there's always space for a couple of beers. Falls a little flat on me, can't stand beer. Probably falls a little flat on Lucky as well. You can't open up a beer. Oh right, no. Well, maybe I want my ship back. Let's go and grab it. I love getting in the ship and starting it off. Feels like I'm abandoning a crumbling planet Namek. Alright, let's not have you sucked away this time. Let's land you. Over here looks safe enough. This thing never eats the sandstorm. Marvin says, reminds me of the teacher who puts 2 worms in a glass of whiskey and 1 in a glass of water. The one in the water is happy, the one in the whiskey dies. What does this tell us? People who drink whiskey don't have worms. I sincerely doubt that's true, but I drink whiskey and I probably don't have worms. Tell you what I'm hankering for though, some multiplayer Worms Armageddon. I read a guide on how to get that set up. I should really try that out. Okay, I'm bumbling around here a lot. What the heck am I even doing here? This one takes me back home, but it's not done yet. Most of the planet isn't done yet. Here's the thing, I've been over this planet so many bloody times though. Go back again, please. I really thought this would be the big one, going through this, but that just takes me to the sun area again. And we have been to the sun area. What happens when all the sand runs out? Sun explodes. What was this one? I don't know. But it's opening up, so we can give it a go. Get in, look up, and think of England. Dark Young just goes, ew. You're closer to England than I am, or really ever have been. Okay, right, it's all revealed itself now. Where are you going to take me? Please not directly into the sun. I would not like that. Could be Giants Deep. There we go. Okay, to what extent is this useful? I would hazard not at all. Done. Oh, I don't recall seeing that marking before. Talk to me, marking. Oh, fiddlesticks. Take me back. Oh, were there always these dead bodies? I reckon so. I remember now, it's modelled like the typhoon thing. Okay, that's a bit of a bust. Then there's this thing, which takes us back to Tutorial Town. We've been there, we've done that. Although, it will top me up on oxygen. A little suspicious about how the doors open and close, but I don't have anything to go on with that. I tried it, I almost got myself stuck in there. This one... what did you do? Oh, you're Crumbly Planet. Seen it all. I don't want to... It's a cool planet, my second favorite planet after the giant place. But we have been there and we have done that. Hey, I'm just back here. And then there's a sun one, which we do not like at all. Don't sweat it, my ship's nearby. And there's the jewel one. I did the jewel one. Well, I did one of the jewel ones. Whoa, slow down there, buddy. Which one was which? I think this, yeah, this one has the solid roof, so that one took me to Jub Jub. This one's based on this place. So where would it teleport me to? Last time the sandstorm come and just sucked me right up, and I think I gave it a whole rotation. But we'll give it another rotation. Because misery loves company. Then the sand thing comes to take me away again. Alright, take me somewhere useful like there, or anywhere that isn't this sand thing. Oh, here it comes. Bye, world. Can we escape the sand? No, no we cannot. Alright, so that one's a complete bust. I'd like my ship back, please. Oh, maybe I won't be getting my ship back now. Oh, come on, who can't run 50 meters on one breath? Twice I've tried that, and twice I've gotten sucked up by the sand instead. I'll give it one more try, but not get sucked up by the sand. Maybe I can sidestep it. Give it one full rotation so I know it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe I did suffocate first time today. Okay, upsa-daisy. But it takes forever for that stuff to go. Can I not just check out the Quantum Moon instead? Well, if we can find the Quantum Moon. That's the regular moon, sadly. Hey, look who it is! No, no time for aborting autopilot. We go in, and we go in hard. There we go. Alright, no landing gear for me anymore. It's all, right proper buggered. I'm sure something else is frazzled on this. There we go. So, we are no stranger to the Quantum Moon. It has a 6th destination, though. I'm gonna take a photo of you so you don't go anywhere. I'm gonna try and find that other thing. No, that's my ship. Just spin right round like a record, baby. Right round. Try and find the ship. Oh, this is kind of making me dizzy. Where's the ship? Okay, the ship's feeling a bit shy right now. Well, at least we have this thing. Now, it is located here. We've got the Hourglass planets, Tutorial planet, the Cracky Uppy planet, the Giant Deep one, the Bramble one, and the Eye. The freaking Eye. I've tried to physically move this thing. I haven't physically moved anything. Let's light this place up. I haven't physically moved anything yet. Maybe if we don't have... Oh, what was this again? Recall the room of imaging, recall entanglement, and 6th location. Well, we know it goes to 6th location when it's not being viewed at any of the other places. So maybe I need to close my eyes and end up somewhere else. We found a rock once that did that, actually. We were underground, I had my light on it, I turned the light off, turned it back on, and the rock was gone. So maybe we need to close our eyes. Like that terrible horror game. There's no light here. Wonder if I can frag my electronic system to not see here. Or maybe there's a dark part in the ship that shows up here. Oh, the podium thing's gone. Come back, sunshine. Maybe your mind's just going, maybe. Maybe. Maybe it's long gone. Let's ram something to try and frag our electronic system. Oh, it's gone by now, isn't it, though? Ah. Saw it at the corner of my eye, and then it's gone. Okay, there's you again. So now we can see you, but where's the ship? I get it one time, and then it's gone. Oh ho ho ho, Christ. Ah. Okay, so we know it is appearing at least. There we go. After watching it wander the skies for so long, I'm about to stand on the Quantum Moon. My shuttle landed on the South Pole. Don't know why it welcomes the South, it just does that. I am ready. Okay. I'm not going to touch these things. It transports me back to so-and-so place. What is that? Dunno. Got nothing but Quantum Moon here, though. Hey, where'd my tower of terror go? How could you disappear on me? I've got a photo of you. Maybe I need to actively be looking at the photo. Aha. Okay, but despite everything, we're still here. My suspicion is that there's this dial thing that goes around showing the location of everything, including the moon. And I need to do something with taking a photo of it. I don't know. Maybe I can find that. But I reckon I've got to do that before I come back here. Nice knowing you, Quantum Moon, but I'm off to the Hourglass planet. Really cool how it disappears. That's so much about this game that's really cool. The developers of this made anything else? I'd be quite keen to check it out if they have. I'd hate for them to just be a one-trick pony. Where's that Hourglass planet at? It's not you, you're Brittle Hollow. Hourglass planet's meant to be the closest one to the sun, so maybe it's on the other side of the sun and I just keep moving around it. You know what, let's just set a course for the sun. Oh, I can't autopilot into the sun. That's quite funny. Marvin says they made Journey as well. Oh wait, no they didn't. Is this some kind of advanced German humor? Alright, Ash Twin, coming for you. Beacon 38 and Terra Chroma, apparently. I have not heard of those at all. Alright, this is groovy, because now we can actually see some of the stuff on the planet. We can give it another go. Oh shoot, not again! Oh, cribbins, that's it's a painful one. Bye, ship. Again. Alright, it's going that way. I think it just went over my destination. JJ says, I can't believe I slept in, to be honest. Don't you always sleep in? I thought you were one of the lazy people here. Did you ever clean your room? Right, this is the one that takes me to the Ember one. This is a place that seems to do nothing. Which itself is pretty suspicious. I mean, it's all lighting up and stuff. It doesn't look broken and busted like the ceiling here does. You got any secrets for me? What if I shoot you? Is that the... Oh yeah, that's the oh, damn, it's gonna be the death of me if I hit that again. Okay, I need to avoid this thing. I'll perch myself here. Then I'll be... Oh, off I go again. full rotation. Now that seems like a more convenient place to hide out if the sand thing comes, rather than risk it with that. Is it gonna fire me up to escape pod 3? No. Goodbye, Scout. Frazzle that one. Oh no, given its trajectory, it's probably going to miss the sun entirely. What a shame. There goes my ship again. Like it swinging all the way around there. What am I even doing here? Taking us back home, I mean, why would it? And there's the sun again. And there's the interloper. There's, I think, the plant place. And here comes my friend. I can hear him. That sandy devil. I'm gonna dodge you splendidly. There we go. Now I can... Oh, Christ! What? Okay. I think that was the third, maybe fourth time I've stepped on that during the sandstorm. This time, instead of getting sucked away, I'm taken into... funky dance place? Oh god, I feel like I've unlocked that little rave bit in... oh, what was that awful what was that great walking simulator? The one full of choices. The Stanley Parable. Oh Christ, it's here! This is a place where we keep projecting to and it shows these spooky face things. Explain yourself. 9 minutes until end of cycle. Masks receiving data from Probe, Giant's Deep and Timber Hearth. Well, the Giant's Deep one is speaking to our friend there with the I forget what he plays. But the guy in the hammock. Timber Hearth is us, obviously. So this is a place that receives our cycles, you say? Oh man, that face is just completely fallen off. Okay, today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this space we carved, we'll craft our ambitious project. Send information back in time. We've also finished relocating all the subterranean plants we met while digging. Need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiments in the high energy lab. I can hardly believe the hypotheses were true. Black hole forge, orbital probe cannon. Music's really picking up. It's not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Like, hold on, I want one of those warp cores, don't I? Yeah, the vessel had a busted one. Right, that was what I was after. The important point is that we are all connected through Ash Twin now. I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements, says Yarrow. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon. Mallow tells me the cannon's doing well. If anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow will be the one? Am I aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? I'm not here for xenodrama. Memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Fire and Dia have worked hard on the sun station. At last it's complete. If anything goes as planned, the structure will prompt the sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin project requires. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This is the project's most difficult task. Nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. The sun station received the order, fire at the sun, it'll explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order from the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time at 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after those orders are received, the sun station will again trigger the supernova, send the probe back in time. Each cycle created will last 22 minutes. We can end the cycle at will. Ooh. So do these guys operate outside of our time? The words are difficult to write. The sun station did not work. Suppose we redesign the sun station to generate power of that magnitude. A supernova will still our only viable option. It's the closest we have been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We're only unable to power it. We can still find a way to create a supernova. Don't lose hope. Easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the sun to explode in its natural timeline if you prefer, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. We're halting our research into creating a supernova. For this moment, a comet has newly arrived. We're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're welcoming this comet. What knowledge might be gained there? So, something that I've never really understood in this game is it feels like these Xeno hippies are existing alongside us, whereas the game keeps telling us that they are hundreds of thousands of years old. I mean, they're talking about things that are happening to us at this point, so that's not clicking with me. Good news, Yarrow, the advanced warp core is ready to be installed. Oh, I want that. I'm intrigued, love. Everyone here is working on the Ash Twin project. It isn't. Is everything well at the forge? The core's durability could be improved. I need more time. Ignore her. The core is finished. Okay. Don't worry. Pokey's only nervous. The core is extraordinary and her design is brilliantly clever. Sure it is. Alright, let's dunk that. Grab this. I do not want to have to come back here. Felt like pot luck getting on here. Right. My gratitude for the latest shipment. The ore should be the last thing we need. Ore. Once we finish the shell that seals off the thingamajigger, we'll be checking, safety checking, exciting news. Set of eyes, more eyes the better. Smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. Yeah. Sure, what else you got? Giant's Deep Stone. I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin project. They look beautiful. It's comforting to know the statues will not appear until the project succeeds, otherwise I imagine the experience will be hard to endure. They'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. Safety measure, statues activate in the event of failure. They will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin project, the statues will make us aware of the situation and enables us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. So I guess it did go wrong. But we were made aware instead of them. I guess. Hey, what do you do? Artificial gravity. Is it on or off? Oh, I think it's off now. Well then, come with me, orb. Don't know what I'm activating, but I'm activating it. There you go. What are you all about? Whoa, there we go. Righted. Can I read this? There we go. You're about to access the core. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twins. Yeah, this project sucks. Let's take it out. Oh, baby. It's ours. Now I have this, and I think I have the password. I've written it down. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Oh, Christ! That could have killed me. Okay, ship, I'm coming. Oh no, I don't like that sound. It's the sound of misery. I need more time. Where's the Song of Time? Oh, sun doesn't look so good. Doesn't look so good. Right. Oh, there's no way I have the time to get to Bramble Bush Place. But we have to try. Okay, finally got that checked off. Holy moly. That was an unpleasant one. Come on, put the pedal to the metal. Come on, son. This time at least, just hold out for a bit. I'm coming, Dark Bramble. Oh, there goes the interloper. There's no time, autopilot. We gotta get moving. No time. Where the heck was it? It was the distress bacon. Yeah, I know everything's damaged, but I gotta get there. It's only a kilometer away. Where's the distress gone? There. Right, but that wasn't all. I needed to fire this into there to get to the vessel. Damage, 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 damage. I'm well aware, game. I'm well aware. Go! Go, 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 go. Oh, crumbs. Yeah, that place is a feisty one. Come to think of it, by taking that, I turned off the Ash Twin project. which means the cycle has stopped. So if I try to load, won't it just be "you are dead"? Oh, but I still know the launch codes. Huh. Technically, you should lose the game, but that would be too cruel. Actually, I think it would be great. It would mean that I'd have to work using only what I remember, not what the game remembers. Oh, that's actually a bit disappointing. Oh well. Okay, we know everything, I think. Grab core. Wait, you remember the password, right? Yes. Also, I have it written down, so yes. We're not going to the Quantum Moon? Well, we'll see where these leads take us. JJ says, the Quantum Moon is optional but alters the ending. Why you gotta spoil it like that, JJ? For all we know, we still need the Quantum Moon, but you've just gone and ruined that for us. Somebody who can punish JJ accordingly. Pizza said exactly that, said JJ. Well, I don't see pizza here and now. Sounds to me like you're trying to cast the blame off. Okay, it's going to take a bit of time for the sand to come down, and a bit of time to get the sandstorm thing. I'm assuming the sandstorm is needed to teleport. It didn't teleport me at any other time. Yeah, if JJ wanted to rule with impunity, he'd complete a mod game himself, but I'm afraid JJ just doesn't have the stones to do anything other than a Smash Brothers Melee mod game, and that ain't happening. You know, maybe if the Quantum Moon is about, we can burn some time with that before this thing sands away. Alright, Quantum Moon, Quantum Moon. Just go spin until you see it. Well, if it's over there, it's way too far away for me to tell. I'm thinking it might be around the giant. If I just keep fiddling about here. I really like how it works with this in games where something can be there and then turn around it's not, or if you go through a portal and things change. Stanley Parable did that quite a bit, which impressed me. I mean, I never imagined we could have stuff like this in games. I guess my imagination wasn't up to point. But even if we find the Quantum Moon, I don't know what to do with it. Screw you, Quantum Moon. JJ went and ruined you. Whew. Jake, I have a question. Did the dead body near the entrance help you with the research? Oh, with the search? No. There were two dead bodies by the one next to the teleporter thing to the giant place. That didn't get me anywhere, so one dead body was only half as important. But half of nothing is still nothing. Did Jake ever get to the core of the giant's deep? Last I remember he was trying to eat a jellyfish. We did. We had to eat it from the bottom up, though. Are you the Quantum Moon? No, you're my home. I wonder... Now, surely somebody has collided with the interloper at some point, whilst autopiloting. In a move that greatly amuses me. Okay, bits and bobs are coming out of the ground now. Let's go get ya. Pretty sure you collided with it in your first stream. Oh yeah, I remember something like that. Okay, the landing camera is the single least useful thing that we have on this ship, so I'm not too worried that it's damaged. I mean, I never use this. I'm too good at landing. It's all that trucking experience paying off. Transferable skills, don't you know? Yeah, I'm actually more disappointed than I thought I would be with the fact that the game doesn't have the stones to completely destroy your save if you die after pulling out the power source. But, and this is a big but, it does have those bloody horrible anglefish. And you gotta deal with quite a few of them. Oh, alright, I'll fix you up. Just so you stop fizzling at me. Right, the one with the broken top. Which is you. Okay, this'll, well, this'll get us something, I hope. Otherwise I'm gonna have to crack that quantum moon, although I was just told it's optional. Wonder if I can convince myself to forget I heard that. Does the fizzling of broken parts lure the anglefish? I don't think so. It went for me as soon as I tried to thrust, so I think you really just gotta take that one completely neutral. Okay. I wonder if there's a hint anywhere in the game that this is how you're meant to get into the sealed off area. I guess if you scour the planet several times over like I do and still find nothing, you'll start thinking about other interesting ways to get in. Here's the dead body. Someone said, is that a hint? And I'd say not really. There were plenty other dead bodies on the planet. Okay, now, how did this work? Because 2, maybe even 3 times I stood here and just got sucked away by the storm. But the way I had to do it was just to leg onto that thing whilst the storm was overhead. Why that works, I don't know. Alright, let's just ignore all these jokers. Ooh, hefty gravity here. So can I swing this thing around without needing the anti-gravity thing? Oh! Alright, say goodbye to your stupid project. Oh, man. I'm the one that needs to project myself better. There we go. Feels a little bit sad, like I'm killing something here. This time with 100% less getting eaten by anglefish. Hold on, this music's playing. Oh, Christ, I didn't have to rush then, did I? Seems like this is just music that plays when you pull it out anyway. Where is Broken Bramble Land? Sure wish I had a map on this thing. Oh, well, whew, glad I didn't hit that. No, you did not. No, you did have to rush that time. You had like 3 minutes left. Yeah, 3 minutes. I thought I had a few seconds left. There's the interloper. Yeah, we even saw the interloper getting close. There you are, Bramble Scramble. Whew. So what's our world's contingency plan for the sun dying? It's gonna happen someday, right? Surely some brainiacs put some thought into it. Alright, in we go. Find ourselves at distress bacon. Our sun is too small to ever go supernova, says Desert. What are you talking about? It's huge. It's bigger than the moon. Ah, there we go. Oh, but these are the lights that point me towards where I really need to go, right? The stress beacon's just part of that trip. We have a few billion years before it happens, oh, they'll pass by before you know it. Okay, onwards to dupe signal. Okay, I have an idea, and it's a good idea. I'm just gonna go in as fast as I can, spin out of control. Oh, jeez. I hope we're moving in some way. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're moving. Not very far though, and not very fast. I definitely want a bit more space between me and the big nasties though. Alright, let's go for it. Gas, gas, gas. Gotta step on the gas. I don't actually know any of these. Oh, man, how do I keep messing up the entry there? Don't know any of the lyrics to any of these Initial D songs, sadly. Just the mainliner ones. Disappointing, really. I should know them better. Okay, oh yeah, artificial gravity is foobar here. Hopefully the hatch at least opens. There we go. Right. Take me away. Or just slam into the skeleton and send it packing. Okay, so your crummy old machine has been fixed up with my brand new... Wait, what? Get away. My brand new warp core. Drop that waste of space. Ooh. Thought I might turn on the lights or something. How about this ball? Okay, I guess not. How about here? Right, that brought up this thingamajigger. RAN. Oh, it's on the screen. Oh, that's handy. How about that? Okay, try again. Ah, we're talking. Okay, easy. Easy peasy. So what was the numbers on brute forcing this? Was it in the hundreds of millions? Because there's a lot of combinations. What was the last one? The N. That's not what I want at all. How you like that? Oh, okay. Wish I'd launched a scout out first, so I'd know where I am in relation to anything. $946,966,168. I'd take maybe a dozen stabs at that. The thing about odds like that is that somebody has to get them. It's not like odds of 1 in 60 billion where nobody's going to get that. That orange ball in the distance you can see from the window is your sun. I can see an orange ball. I have a sun. Oh, maybe that one. But then what about that one? Maybe now the orb will work on the other side. Oh wait, maybe I can go back? What a hoot. Okay, no, I can't. Well, at least I've gotten away from the old supernova. Ooh, I don't trust that. Got anything else to go on here? Ah, we've read all that before, but I gotta say, it looks so good. I wonder if they actually typed out the words and then made it into... Yeah, I'm actually wondering if they did something to make these unique and in some way relate to the words that they translate to. Alright, Geronimo, off to the white station we go, I guess. No, off to the what the heck is this we go? Well, the gravity is very strong. Looks like the knots they made from the Japanese horror film Norui. Is it any good? I mean, I am long overdue some spooks. And the last Japanese spook we got was terrible. That convenience store game was so bad. It's excellent, says Emily. Well, haven't watched a film yet this year, so I should watch something. this is something, alright. What am I even doing here? Okay, well. Connection with the scout is lost. I actually can't even take it back. That's new. What is this, the quantum planet? I'd like my scout back. That'd be useful. This appears to be the quantum everything. We got anything to search for here? Oh, ooh. Damn spooky rock getting in my way. Right. Gravity appears to have given up on me, so let's just blast off like we're Team Rocket. Maybe hide and seek solutions here. We never did. Oh, okay. Maybe the hide and seek thing really is here. I can't change it though, it's only on the adventurers. Guess we ended up coming back to the Hey, don't do that to me. I said we're going out. Ooh. You got anything to tell me here, spooky eye thing? Well, the eyes are open for once. At the end of its lifespan, our sun collapsed under its own gravity and exploded in a violent supernova. Hold on, they're talking about the past tense now. Has it happened? Of all the life forms who will perish in the oncoming death of the universe, who will miss the anglerfish the least. Okay, this seems worth rereading. The Nemai who came into our solar system were following a signal from the eye of the universe. They perished when the interloper arrived, bringing with it deadly substance we call ghost matter that flooded the entire solar system almost instantly and without warning. So that's what killed us. Amazing. Hold on, I need to reread that. They perished when the interloper arrived. So they also perished. But I thought they were around thousands of years ago. That I just don't get. The Nemai never got to see it for themselves, but thanks to their efforts and technology, a Harthian was able to reach the eye of the universe. I was. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it was Feldspar. I feel like there's some kind of historical revisionism going on here. Where's that stone? Oh, no, it doesn't like me going out there. Ooh. Oh, look at the patterns around us. Looks like the eye. Damn, I wanted to read more in the Crummy Museum. Oh, gee, okay. I wonder if I can still die by colliding with the ground. Or have I become invincible? I have become invincible. I'm also not sure if my fuel's going down at all. Doesn't look like it does. Man, I miss my scout. I also miss seeing. Right, what are we doing here? We're enjoying no gravity, which is a good way to pick up lots of speed. Got some lights over here. Talk to me, light. Oh, okay. Alright, the light is not my friend. Even my own flashlight's not showing me all that much. Hmm? Okay. Oh. The signal is heavy breathing. We're gonna find Mad Father here. I hope to God it's Veldspar. Wait, ooh. We lost him. But we gained ourselves a campfire. Roast a marshmallow. Don't let it catch on fire, it won't heal you. Lovely. Alright, I feel a whole lot better. Now we can get to work. Whatever work is. Ah, well. Grab a seat, I guess. You're not Esker. Poke your bloody eye out with this. Yeah. Do you hear music? No. No, I don't. But maybe I could. Oh, it's just his banjo. Anything else, or just that? Okay, what do you want me to do? Am I your errand boy now? Oh, ah, nice, it's all smashed into. And you could smash it up a bit more, please. Oh, okay. Pretty sure we'll need the others for this next part. We'll need, you know, everyone. No rush. Take your time. Might not even exist. What? No, I don't think we are. Feldspar will do fine on his own. Oh, he's actually going to bleh, because he doesn't like the marshmallow. Okay, right, let's go and find the other weirdos. Oh, hey, it's that quantum poetry thing again. Easy does it now. Alright, we'll grab the chill guy. Getting the band back together. Well, I am Jake. What was that? I'll be here. You don't need me yet, but you will. How do they know something I don't? What is going on here? Perhaps all will be explained. I feel like this is going full circle about things in the game that have gone way over my head. Well, it's moving slightly closer to us. It's also not. Oh, I can gather it just by looking at it? Okay. Has that always been the case? Yoink. Okay. Have we got the band back together yet? Can't wait to play with the whole group. Can I start? No. No, you can't. Feldspar, you take the lead. Me, I'm just gonna try to burn myself alive after all this. Okay, I don't think it wants me to. Okay, Gabbo, help us out. His instrument's just whistling. Why do I not get an instrument? Well, none of them want to speak to me anymore. Oh. That don't look good. I'm a little lost. Only a little, though. Oh, okay. Time for the credits then. What in the world just happened there? The moment we shoved in the warp core and set a course, I was completely lost. It's possible that something flew over my head, but it's also possible that that game just went down the toilet for the ending. Good thing Jake doesn't read chat much, or you would have spoiled that this is the end. Now, I get that this is the end, there are credits rolling right now, but... The Quantum Moon gives context for that, Jake, says Karth. I see. Well, we did not solve the Quantum Moon. And evidently, you don't have to. So, as far as I'm aware, this is a real headcanon. No way to skip credits. Deeply unhappy that games do credits like movies. There's a profound difference between games and movies. So okay, everything other than the last 10 minutes of this game was amazing. I really enjoyed Outer Wilds. So without letting the ending bog it down too much, I wholeheartedly recommend this to anybody who wants to check it out. Of course, it's a damn shame if you've been watching this and then I tell you to check it out, because I guess the game has just been spoilt for you. But still, fantastic. Never thought I could enjoy a space exploration game so much. Although Star Citizen did teach me that I do actually quite enjoy exploring space. I just like there to be something there to explore, and this game did offer up something. If anything, I wish there was stuff to actually pick up and collect as I go around rather than just hints. Captain says, I actually love the ending, it's so beautiful. I'm a little unconvinced. Eternal Ace says, I just joined and I missed all of it. Time to get it myself, and yeah. If this interests you, then I highly recommend you pick it up yourself. Oh, what a lot of fun it's been. Hasn't been that long a long play, but I don't think this game overstayed its welcome one bit. Just play some No Man's Sky and you'll drown in things to pick up. The game does not really appeal. Sure, I've heard it's come a long way since release, but maybe it had a long way to go. So more space exploration in the future, Jay? Oh, if they're as good as this, then I don't see why not. Otherwise I'll just play Jet Force Gemini. That game's got a ton to collect. Get all the tribals. Oh. And then I'd have to go back to an N64 controller. Not sure I could handle that. Okay, I'd be grateful if it could blast through these credits, but no, we gotta sit through them all, because there might be some post-credits. Oh well, that's my cue to go and get a drink. Okay, and looks like we've gone full circle back to the start here. That ending fell completely flat for me. What happens if I load the save? Do we start back up? What's the story here? Oh, even all that was a dream. We didn't save the world. Well, yeah, it's a death trap, but a really powerful death trap. You suddenly care about safety now? Okay. Okay. Right. There's one last mystery to solve. That quantum moon. And that's going to be solved by you, if you go and play this game, because I am done with this one. Discrediting the ending, great fun, great game, but I leave that last mystery for you to solve, because I don't fancy going back there myself. That wraps up and concludes this long play. What's the next one going to be? I don't know, because I don't have it set up. I didn't think we'd finish this early, and yet it does give me time to go and set it up. So I think at the conclusion of CK3 this evening, we'll do a roll for the next long play, and it will be strategy up to bat. I like to give non-strategy games a chance by not pitching them against other strategy games. But what will we have? I know we'll have Dom 5, and I know we'll have Old Man Saga 3, and I don't know what the other 3 ones will be, but that's for me to figure out. So cheers for joining for this one. Big thanks to JJ and oh Christ, there was somebody else that actually put it on the long play, and I even wrote their name down so that I remember it, and then I closed everything and lost their name. It was Face McSnuggler who said, this game is one of the best I've played in the last decade. Music's incredible, exploration elements fantastic. There are 0 times I said this is complete horse crap. Well, I'd have maybe 1, and that would be the ending. But again, that could well be on me. I don't think I'll levy it against the game that much. Still, let's sizzle to death and draw an end to this long play.